Hi, Paul Sackis, Good News Planet. I'm here with Donahue Peebles. Hi, how are you?
I can't complain. Having a great day. And yourself?
All right, good. Behind me is Ms. Adams, who's the founder of this organization. We're here at a play day to recognize gun violence. She lost 2 children to gun violence, and we're in Harlem, 128th Street, St. Nicholas, and I can't remember the
Frederick Douglass.
Thank you, sir. Boulevard. And she has raved about you and your dad and your family's company, how you're supporting them. So tell us how you feel.
Well, absolutely. I think after this last week that we've had, it's crucial, if not a matter of life and death, to continue to be out here and to continue to stay involved in these communities that are so unjustifiably and overwhelmingly targeted for violent acts at the hands of the members of the community and of an authority whose charge is to serve and protect, but oftentimes have rogue officers that endanger and enslave.
So tell me, you're a major corporation, if not the largest African-American real estate corporation in America, maybe the world. You have a good corporate social responsibility. Where does that come from?
Absolutely. That begins from my father. He is the grandson of a hotel doorman, the son of an auto mechanic, and he got his start with Marion Barry back in 1987. And Marion Barry was in many regards seminal and transformational within Washington, D.C., and brought minority firms into the fold with government contracts. Frankly, it's something that we wish New York City would do more of. In fact, at the last publication issued by Scott Stringer, I believe that 3% of contracts issued by the New York City government went to women and minority-owned businesses. So to give you a perspective, that's 3 cents of every dollar go to a woman or a minority. So that's an overwhelming portion of the population. That's not white men.
Now, your company, I did some research on you. I think you got the largest piece of real estate on Leonard Street, right?
Exactly.
A while ago, from the city, largest purchase, and so that's good news. That was good for you guys, right?
Absolutely, that was incredible for us. Frankly, we're very excited about Leonard Street, and we're very excited when we won it. But it's this drop in the bucket. Leonard Street is a large and great transaction for our company, but we're a 30-person company, and although we're very large, we do deals across the country. There's more to be done here in New York City with the folks that we're surrounded by. Again, that's one deal out of hundreds that New York City does annually. We're asking for more than perhaps just that one.
Sure, no, totally understandable. And so, though, this is, I can see we got the police behind us here, and the kids are playing, and the talk is let's live a healthier, happier life, right?
Absolutely. The healthier, happier life is a community organism. It doesn't start with just one individual making a choice. Whether it's the rogue officers I mentioned earlier, who need to be better prepared or better trained. It's also the community members' responsibility. But before these young men in a senseless argument in a bodega, end up with bloodshed, there needs to be someone. The society needs to not fail them, and so we're here bringing the police and the community members together in order to make sure that does not occur and to effectuate that sort of substantial change.
Well, let me ask you also, because you'd mentioned to me earlier that you went to Columbia. Mm-hmm. Columbia's right up the street here, and that you live the 110th Street or in this neighborhood. How have you seen the neighborhood change over the time, for better, for worse?
Now, certainly, I think that there are many aspects of the neighborhood that are improving. Harlem is becoming more economically and socially diverse. I think that a certain amount of respect needs to be paid to the groups that colonize this area. Harlem is historic not only in the structure of New York City, but also within the structure of the United States. And respect continues to need to be paid to that. And as you mentioned, Columbia, my alma mater, whom I love dearly, has not necessarily been the most respectful of the community and who began here. Columbia's consistently expanded over the years that I've been involved, and that's not necessarily something that I think is in the best interest of New York and New Yorkers.
Well, you know, the big real estate owner, and that's hopefully where my mother graduated, will continue to do maybe better as we all continue to. We're partners with the Apollo right down the street here. We made tons of shows with them. We've made a show. We just did one at what they call the LaGuardia Music and Arts, the original high school where they shot Fame. And,
oh, wow.
We did a big gospel music show with their alumni from their gospel choir. So a lot happened. And my buddy Albert Mazells, who did the first Beatles movie, has a little theater down here, and since he passed as well. And you have what a renaissance Harlem has taken.
Absolutely, Harlem certainly. It began with a cultural renaissance, and I think we're seeing the second coming of that as well. Harlem is incredibly diverse and vibrant, and if you're going to raise a family in New York City and you want a perfect juxtaposition between the city life and a strong sense of community that oftentimes you lose downtown in the West Village at Tribeca, this is the place to be. And if you're into culture, and we all as human beings are, don't go to Lincoln Center, go to the Apollo.
We love the Apollo, and work with organizations like where we are today, and support them now as your family does, because they see a concern and they're doing something about it.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's a central tenet of who my father is as a man and who he's raised me to be. You know, it's one thing to see atrocities and disenfranchisement and plunder happen and do nothing about it, or to express concern. But if you're truly a good man and a strong man and somebody who's involved in their community and where they've come from, then you have an obligation and a commitment to ensure that you're involved in these sort of activities. You know, it's something that's very, very personally substantial to me and to him, and when we're so happy to be here and so honored that they would have us.
Two last quick questions. What's good news for you?
Good news for me? In regard to this, I think good news is that we continue to have these events like this, bring the community and the police force closer together, so that in some ways we can stem the violence that's permeating, you know, from both sides of that equation.
Last question, because I had mentioned earlier, we're very involved with world peace, and this is all about peace where we are here today. And so I've asked thousands of people, what does peace mean to them? So Donnie, what does peace mean to you?
Peace is the culmination of the joint human condition. It's all of us coming together and recognizing the intrinsic humanity in our brothers and sisters.
Very well stated. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.